being able to explore and talk about that in my essays, I think that was pretty impressive and was the thing that made me stand out among applicants. Hi, my name is Phoebe, and I'm from KAS, and I was accepted to UCLA, Boston College, and WashU. I think coming from a more reserved culture, it's really difficult to pursue extracurriculars that are out of your comfort zone. And I think my counselor really pushed me to do multiple extracurriculars that I wouldn't have done otherwise. And he really pushed me to try new experiences and new things. Being a senior and doing college applications, you have to manage your grades and also your college applications, and it was really, really stressful. PANO made it really easy to access resources such as essay writing workshops, and these essay writing workshops, they weren't just one person. So every single week we had a different person look at our essays, so it was like a new perspective. For example, some writing sessions, some people might care more about for example, writing structure and the grammatical aspect of it, and some might care about like the meaning and what it's actually conveying, or some might care how the feeling of the essay reads about. Because in college applications, there's no right answer, it's just a feeling, and having multiple perspectives tell you how your college essay is really helps. I always thought that grades were really important, and they are. But PANO also told me that it was really important that I also had extracurriculars, and I actually discovered what I liked, because colleges can see whether you actually have a passion for something. And I initially didn't really want to do any extracurriculars because I felt like they were out of my comfort zone, and PANO really my consultant really pushed me through that mental block. PANO 带我去做一个vegan company, and then I interned over there. 然后这个东西也让我很印象很深刻，然后让我对食品和就是 business 的了解更深。And this really inspired me to start my own small business where I collaborated with quinoa farmers and also a disabled association, and we started a small business where we will sell cakes. And then these cakes, as revenue goes up, it created more working opportunities for these disabled people. And that not only helped in my essays, but also in terms of personal growth. I'm the typical business student with decent grades, decent test scores, etc. But I really needed something to stand out because the market for business students is very saturated. And to stand out, my counselor told me that I had to have like a personal narrative, a story to tell, a compelling one on why I wanted to study business. And the reason that I wanted to study business was to better the world as well. And so for me, my personal narrative was labor law, and it's kind of on the opposite spectrum of business, these two things. So being able to explore and talk about that in my essays, I think that was pretty impressive and was the thing that made me stand out among applicants. So I've been a part of PANO since early 10th grade, and I'm really glad I did that, because in 10th grade, I did many things that my classmates, or if I were to come to PANO a little bit later, that I otherwise wouldn't have been able to do. Such as, for example, in 10th grade, I finished my SAT prep, and I also got a decent score. And I also did 2 additional AP courses that were recommended by my counselor that weren't part of my school curriculum. And I also laid like the foundation for most of my extracurriculars, which allowed me in 11th grade to just solely focus on grades, and 12th grade focus on just my application. Start early, don't procrastinate, and do things out of your comfort zone.